The alarm clock screams. It's 6 a.m. Darkness still clings to the window, but the day has already laid its claim on you. You drag yourself out of bed, the motion's automatic. Shower. Coffee. A quick glance at the morning news. Then it's the commute. The endless river of red taillights. A slow-moving artery of people, all heading to the same grind. Offices, fast food counters, hospital wards. You're trading your life, 1 hour at a time, for a paycheck. This isn't living. It's a life sentence, paid in 8-hour installments. But what if I told you there's a way out? Not a lottery ticket, not a high-risk gamble, but a tool you can hold in your hand, right now. The world is full of problems waiting for a solution. They are hidden in plain sight, woven into the fabric of our daily lives. Most people walk right past them, too busy with their own routines to notice the friction, the delays, the small frustrations. But for the aspiring entrepreneur, these problems aren't annoyances. They are signals. They are flashing neon signs pointing directly to where the money is. Think of it like this. Every time you hear someone say, "I wish there was a way to do X," it takes so long to do Y, or "Why is Z still this hard?" What you're really hearing is the sound of an opportunity. It's the secret language of the market, and it points to what we call an equity gap. This gap is a vein of invisible gold, a space between the way things are and the way they could be. Your job isn't to invent something from scratch, it's to become a world-class observer. Your new superpower is listening for inefficiency, for complaints, for wasted effort. This is the foundational mindset shift you need to make. Stop thinking like a consumer. Start thinking like a problem solver. A consumer sees a long line at a coffee shop and gets annoyed. A problem solver thinks, "How could an app for pre-ordering and payment solve this?" A consumer gets frustrated trying to find a good plumber online. A problem solver thinks, "What if there was a curated, review-based service for local tradespeople?" Every frustration around you is a potential business idea, a gap waiting to be closed. The world is screaming opportunities at you every single day. So let's formally define this. An equity gap is the difference between the current effort required to get a result and the potential effort required with a better system. It's the differential between the current cost in time, money, or skill and its potential future cost after applying a new technology or process. It's the inefficiency that exists in the market. Think of it as a value vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so does the market. Someone will eventually fill it, and that someone is going to be you. When you build a bridge across that gap, you create immense value. And where there is value, there is a clear path to income. You are not selling a product. You are selling a shortcut. You are selling a bridge over the chasm of inefficiency. Now imagine an AI tool generates similar templates in 30 minutes. The gap between 5 hours and 30 minutes. That's the equity gap. You can now offer the same result for $250, done fast. The client saves money and gets their result faster. You make $250 for 30 minutes of work. That's the power of closing the gap. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to identify these gaps in your own life and the markets around you. Let's take a simple example. A local baker. She's a true artist, amazing at baking cakes. Her craft is flawless, but she's terrible at social media. It takes her hours each week, wrestling with posts, photos, captions. There's a massive equity gap between the time she spends and the results she gets. That wasted time is a cost she would gladly pay to eliminate. She wants to close that gap. You, armed with modern AI tools, can step in and offer a solution. You don't need to be a social media guru. You just need the better, faster system to bridge her gap. Welcome to Chapter 2, the AI Automation Stack. In the last chapter, you learned how to spot opportunity. You have a target in your sights, an equity gap waiting to be filled. Now it's time to assemble your team. But this isn't a team of expensive human employees with salaries, benefits, and overhead. This is your personal AI workforce, an AI automation stack that will do the heavy lifting for you 24/7 without ever needing a coffee break. It's a combination of powerful, accessible, and often free AI tools, all working in concert to form a complete, automated business system. At the center of it all is you, directing a writer AI, a designer AI, and an automation AI. This is the engine of your income machine. It lets you, a single individual, deliver services with the speed and scale of a small agency, but without the massive payroll. Think of yourself as a general contractor building a house. The contractor doesn't lay every brick. They don't personally run the plumbing or install the complex electrical wiring. Instead, they hire specialists and orchestrate their work, ensuring each piece is completed to spec and on time to build the final product. You are the contractor. Your AI tools are the specialists. Your vision guides their execution. And the best part? Building your AI automation stack doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. We'll start with your 3 core specialists. Think of them as your 3 musketeers: the writer, the designer, and the organizer. By combining the power of these 3 types of AI tools, you can create a surprisingly wide range of valuable services. This is your starting lineup, your go-to team for almost any challenge you'll face when first starting out. Let's meet them. First up is the writer. This is your wordsmith, your copywriter, your content creator, your tireless research assistant. The leading tool in this space is a large language model, or LLM. Think of this tool as a brilliant intern who can write anything you ask it to: blog posts, social media captions, email newsletters, ad copy, video scripts, even detailed property descriptions. Your job is to give it a clear prompt. The better your instructions, the better the output. You provide the strategy and the direction. It provides the words instantly. Next, meet the designer. This is your visual artist, your graphic designer. Need a unique blog image, a custom logo idea, or an Instagram carousel? The designer can generate these in seconds from a simple text description. Combine this with Canva's template library, and you can produce professional-grade marketing materials without ever having to learn Photoshop or complex design theory. Finally, we have the organizer, your project manager and automation specialist. This is the glue that holds your entire operation together. These platforms let you connect your apps and automate workflows. For example, when a client fills a form, a task is automatically created. The writer drafts a response, and you're notified in Slack to approve it. This is how you build a system that runs itself, freeing you to focus on high-value work. The beauty of this AI stack is leverage. It allows you to control a massive output with a very small input. Archimedes famously said, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world." In this new economy, AI is your lever. What once took a human expert 10 hours can now be done by you in 10 minutes. You're not just competing, you're bringing a Formula One car to a go-kart race. You've built your first solution and served your first client. That initial win feels incredible, but it's just the beginning. You've proven the model works. Now, how do you turn this one-off success into a consistent, reliable stream of income that you can count on month after month? How do you get to that first major milestone, $100 a day? This translates to about $3,000 a month. For many, that's enough to cover core living expenses, build a safety net, and finally break free from the 9-to-5. The answer isn't to work harder or longer hours. The answer is to scale smarter by building systems. There are 2 primary levers you can pull to achieve this: client replication and service stacking. Lever 1, client replication. This is the most straightforward path to growth. You've solved a specific problem for one baker. Now, replicate that exact solution for more bakers, florists, mechanics, dentists, and coaches. Your core system is already built. Your automated production line is in place. All you need to do is find new customers to feed into it. For a $200 a month social media package, you only need 15 clients to hit your $100 day goal. If each takes just 30 minutes of management per month, that's only 7.5 hours of total work for $3,000 a month. Lever 2. Service stacking. This is where you maximize the value of every single client relationship. Once you have their trust, you can add an email newsletter service for an extra $150 a month. Boom! Your revenue from that single client jumps from $200 to $350 with minimal extra work. You can stack on AI-powered blog posts, ad campaign creation, or even a basic customer service chatbot, turning one client into a major revenue source. Let's look at the simple math of a real-world case study. An entrepreneur landed her first client, a local gym paying $250 a month for an AI social media package. She then replicated this, finding 2 more gyms and a yoga studio. Total, $1,000 a month. Next, she stacked a $200 a month weekly newsletter on her first client. Having already seen results, they immediately said yes. She was now at $1,200 a month from just 4 clients, working less than 10 hours a month. By combining these 2 levers, scaling to $3,000 a month, that 100-day target was no longer a distant dream. It was a clear mathematical certainty.